Okay, pardon the overlay, because I don't have the time for that. So yes, it seems like Legion Team's gonna be Lion T-Spot, Hellbound's gonna be REA Reason Gaming. And I will be changing the title of this stream really soon. The game just started, man. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, is this a group? This is Group B, right?
Yeah, Group B, that's right. They are a tad too slow in creating the game. I do believe Group A might actually go above schedule here, but because after 3 games there's going to be a break, so Group A is going to go straight to the break right now. And we're going to bring you Reason Gaming versus Lion Esports, man. And this is going to be the 3rd game coming up from the Group B stages, group stages of course, and it is going to be really exciting to see as well. And this will be the 4th game we casted for Dreamhack here, and I do believe Breaky CPK also going to jump into this one.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yep, he's gonna nicely come into here, but not sure if he's gonna be able to catch up with the draft though. And we do have Team Legion side. We have Ophelia, Pestilence, and Slither, nicely drafted by them. And on the Help on team is gonna be the MOA, Kraken, and Prisoner 945. Ben here is gonna be the Moon Queen, Grenax, Parasite, as well as the Corrupted Disciple in the 2nd banning phase. Unfortunately enough, it seems like we cannot cover the first one because we were in a separate match.
Yeah, I can't see the first banning station, but I think the first couple of bans was Wretched Hag, Parasite, Revenor, and Keeper of the Forest. I think those were the first couple of bans, just looking at the current banning pool. And yeah, I mean, so far so good for Legion team. Like Lions, they're known for this lineup. They always run this, like Ophelia, Pestilence, Slither. They really love that. As for recent gaming, they actually have Master of Arms, Kraken, and Prisoner 945 on top of that. So that's a mid Prisoner 945 and Master of Arms. Kraken gonna be in the off lane. As for Legion team, Slither there. Fuzi, the carry player for the team, he's going to be playing at the short, I do believe. Pestilence mid, Jungle, Ophelia, nothing much else to be said.
Yep, that's a Torture gonna be picked up by Team Legion. Lions is about looking pretty good himself, so I do believe Super KG gonna be playing as a Pestilence like I mentioned before. And it's gonna be good to see Hanskin on the Ophelia. That is gonna be really good. And support, I would expect it to be Torture on Silkit. And Jonathan might actually be going full carry for this one. Lions is spot looking to be real good. Reason Gaming on the flip side though, I only know Mel there, Papa Mel, that's all I know.
Yeah, and actually that's a very late Tempest pickup, I have to say. They actually picked that up for themselves. So they have the Kraken and Tempest, like you nicely mentioned always, the double suction. They really love that. On top of Prisoner 945, Prisoner Break is gonna do. There's a good wombo combo combination coming out from them. They even have the goo coming out from Master of Arms as well. They're actually gonna go with a Valkyrie offlane, so that's interesting. They actually swap it up because they don't have the Grenax to work with, because Saint Rocks actually denied them from that by banning it out in the 2nd banning stage.
Yep, Lion Man in the first game up against TMSR, I do believe they picked the Grenax. Do correct me if I'm wrong, man, because I didn't cast that game there. But that said, TMSR did win that game. It's pretty bad for Lion. Lion definitely needs the extra point going into the group stages right now. They are already 1 loss. They don't want to lose too much games here today before it's too late. And that said, they are going to finish up this pick here with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is going to be really cool, man. I want to see how the arrow is going to hit coming out from Valkyrie. And on the flip side, help on team, we do have a last slot that is not filled just yet. The Tempest is going to be picked up there already. Kraken as well. Prisoner 945, MOA. Pretty good amount of stun and lockdown. You got Tempest, Void. You also got Prison Break and Kraken. So that is an insane amount of lockdown. But where is the damage?
The damage is there actually, to be honest. Like the damage on top of Prison Break, on top of the release of Kraken, Tempest as well. And they have more damage now. There you go. Your Puppet Master is gonna nicely address the damage issue, and of course Puppet Master with the Voodoo Puppet is gonna be very nice for you know, bursting down someone really quickly. We did cast a match where this Archie Tiger, not Archie Tiger, this Puppet Master was picked for one of the other teams.
A lot of people actually want me to play Plinko, but I can't, because if I do play Plinko, I'm actually gonna disconnect. And that's the bug with this account. But that's it. No, here comes the damage. That's the PM, and PM dropping them damage is gonna be really good to see as well. And in general, I would definitely favor Team Legion's lineup right now because they have got extra aggression approach here, and help on team on the flip side, you have a pretty good amount of lockdown, but the PM is the only damage dealer in my eyes, of course, in my own book there. And Legion team, a lot extra ganky approach as well. Hellbound is just too much of a combo to put forth. I am just not too sure if that's going to be the case. And on the Legion side, it's going to be Lions Esports. So before we go on here, I'm going to show you guys the overlay. At least we have that much there. Yep, Lions Esports is going to be a Legion side. And REA, or rather Ringers, is going to be on the Hellbound team. So Reasons Gaming going to be there. And Lions Esports on the Legion team, like I mentioned before. Lions Esports is going to be represented by Hanskin. Hanskin on the Ophelia. Super KG and the mid lane, that will be the Pestilence. We also got Fuzi onto the Slither. And Silkit playing as the Torture. Last but not least, Jonathan onto the Valkyrie. And on the flip side, Hellbound team is going to be Reason Gaming, or rather better known as Ringers in this kind of a tournament. tournament here, and Saint Drox is gonna be the drafter for them. He will be the Prisoner 945. Butch there is gonna be the Kraken. Archie Tiger is gonna be on to the PM. Papa Mill there is gonna be on to the Tempest. Last but not least, Znui, and Znui is gonna be the MOA.
Yeah, it's Znui and MOA, so that's the support. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Book is gonna be at the top lane there. Sorry, the off lane. Prisoner 945 gonna be mid together with Master of Arms. A very conventional lineup. Jungle Tempest, and apparently they haven't been able to ward off much of Tempest's jungle. So he's gonna be able to, have a good farm over there. At least expect 330 over plus GPM. There is that ward of sight though to block off this medium camp, so that's kind of good.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. That said, time is still on the count here, and looking for extra reinforcements coming from both sides. And laning wise, we have Valkyrie at the top lane. That's gonna be pretty interesting to see as well. Torture gonna be here, so it's gonna be dual lane coming from Team Lancy Sports, whereas on the short lane it's gonna be Slayer Fuzi here by himself. And we have an Ophelia in the jungle, as well as mid lane Pestilence up against Prisoner 945.
Yeah, so it's gonna be straight up mono lane. We haven't seen this in a while. Pestilence versus Prisoner. But here comes Master of Arms though.
Yep, and here comes the MOA, so maybe not gonna be a one-on-one kind of situation. MOA gonna be in this region, just hanging around a little bit too long for my liking. But down south, it is gonna be one-on-one. Kraken up against Slater. Slater never really seen this hero play before, and in the scrim match that Alliance played against Law, I do believe they played Slater. They didn't really do very well, so I wanna see how this is gonna change for them.
I guess Slither in a sense is kind of okay against a Kraken. Like again, it can actually win that lane because Slither does a lot of damage with toxicity. It makes his region very slow. Poison Spray gives him the opportunity to really kill off the Kraken and force the Kraken to use that tsunami charge to run away.
Alright, so a little bit of correction there. Book playing as the Kraken. It's good to see that. Kraken play. Definitely up against Slater, and want to see how that's going to size up here. But the Kraken already hit level 2. Slater just nicely, barely made it level 2. So, little bit extra aggression coming from Slater, being a range hero after all. And with toxicity inside his skills, he definitely has got the extra damage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that toxicity is a very nice spell to have on a Slither, especially. And top lane, by the way, Puppet Master versus this dual lane aggression from Steel Kid and Jonathan Fan. Valkyrie and Torture, that is, over there at top lane. I think Valkyrie should have an easy time here because of the Torture. If Torture gets a good chain reaction off, Valkyrie definitely look towards that 5-second arrow or something like that.
Yeah, we want to see the great arrow coming from Valkyrie in this game. It's been really a long time since we cast the Valkyrie and most of our casts, and the last one I really remember that left a great impression was Impunity, Earths, and doing Reen, and that was Trinity for you guys to know him by that name. They landed really good arrows, man, all 5 seconds and always on point, on target.
Yeah, that was actually really good plays coming out from him. Bottom lane though, Poison Spray finally does come up.
Yeah, Poison Spray gonna be affecting Kraken a little bit. Kraken is gonna have a little bit cute of a finger thing there that's on his head. That's not gonna be, he's not gonna be too happy about that one for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of harass. Top lane continuing the aggression is just Steel Kid on the Torture, just a really good job by him. And mid, I would like to see some form of a kill onto this Pestilence. Pestilence still only using one region out of the stack region that he was given over here at the middle lane, so he's doing a really good job, I have to say. He's almost about to have enough gold for his bottle, which is going to be good for him. And Ophelia in the meantime is continuing to just farm in the jungle, gonna get his Ring of Sorcery sometime later.
Yep, definitely want to see what he is gonna get first, but that said, top lane so far still level 3 PM, and PM is just nicely catching in terms of levels here. He doesn't have extra advantage going to that, and looking at the CS, PM CS is just about 2-0, so he doesn't have much of a farm at all. I do believe PM might actually be the support in this game. What do you think?
PM?
Yeah.
In this game? No,
yeah,
PM is...
he doesn't have much farm, man. Look at that.
It's kind of interesting to me because I would, it's 100% that PM is going to be that carry for this game.
Same.
But it's the only reason he doesn't have as much farm is just because he's been getting
but
boxed
the
out
hook
of
though, mid lane Super KG gets reeled in by Centrox. Centrox doing a really good job there, but where's the stun from the MOA? MOA already used it there, so it's a little bit too early, I feel. And Super KG there came back with a nice little impale stun of his own, and at least he is gonna be fine. And pretty much the rune is gonna get contested here. Super KG doesn't have the range, but he does have the extra level. And that stun though is gonna be going out in favor of Znui. Znui picks up that refreshment rune, but look, it seems like it's gonna cost him his life.
Nah, he'll be fine. He has a health potion as well, and no extra added stun. He could have popped the flight if he wanted, but of course there's always the prisoner in the vicinity, so he can always do a lot of damage as well. Valkyrie just trying to spam out those arrows, and yeah, I mean Archer Tiger here at the top lane can't really find the space to farm on his Puppet Master, and that's gonna hurt them a lot because they need a lot of farm on Puppet Master to do something in this game.
Yep, and Reason Gaming might actually be done here. Look at that, man. PM with just really absurd amount of creep. 3-0. He just got completely boxed up by the Valkyrie Torture combo. So this dual lane is just working so well for Team Lions Esports Club right now. But look at that as well. Slither at the bottom lane is just having a pretty good time. Kraken does have good farm. 9-2, Slither about 26-12. So at least Kraken is able to have a little bit extra level. And in fact, almost everyone from Reason Gaming doesn't have much level here. Kraken level 5 and PM level 4. So they are not absolutely over level. Even though PM is just soloing his own lane.
Yeah, that was actually a really close arrow at the top lane, by the way. The arrow just missed on Archie Tiger. A beautiful stun by Steel Kid, but unfortunately, the stun to come off from Valkyrie was a little bit slow, and Archie Tiger was able to sidestep that, so he's gonna still be fine for the time being. But look at that, man. Level 6 Zither has the Poison Burst ability, can easily set up for a gank if he wants to.
Yep, he can, and that's it. Mid lane, it's gonna be a little bit of a blow for blow exchange between Prisoner and 945 as well as Pestilence there. Pestilence taking too much of a beating there by himself, but here comes the extra support. MOA gonna be hiding behind the trees. If there's gonna be as much as a nice little old ball and chain happening onto Pestilence, Super KG might be in a lot of trouble there and needs to be really careful. That's it. He is already level 5 as compared with Prisoners 945's level 4. Oh, sorry, now 5. So pretty much he is slightly over level. And in terms of farm, if you look at that, 13-0 coming for Pestilence and Prisoner 945 at about 37-6. So Prisoner, man, he had the farm, but he doesn't have the levels because of the dual lane. That's why.
Yeah, mainly just the dual lane, but at least he is getting farm, so he's gonna be able to finish up his his boots very fast. His steam boots already being delivered to him now, so he has the mobility. He's been winning the ward race against this Pestilence. Pestilence until now still doesn't have a ward up in his bottle, so he's just been sitting on an empty bottle, but of course he still has that region of his that he has purchased earlier on. Hopefully Super KG can find some space later on to pick up a portal key. He doesn't even have his red boots yet. I think it was purchased and it's going to be sent to him in the wing career later on.
Yep, and that's it. So far everything is just going on as planned here for Team Lions Esports. Of course, Lions Esports now is just nicely over-leveling most of the members from Team Hellborn, and that's going to be really scary to see. Look at that, man. 1.4k experience lead for them, and 1.6k goal lead. Lions Esports Club, man, they are on a roll right now. Slither knocking on the tier 1 down south, and mid lane we do have the Pestilence here as well. That is just nicely spamming Summon, and that's going to irritate the hell out of Prisoner 945. Can you imagine the amount of bugs on you?
Yeah, it's gonna be super pesky, really.
And there goes the hook. It's gonna nicely roll into Pestilence. Pestilence gets shackled as well. And Pasty doesn't have the mana for a quick impale, but it's not gonna be a kill because Prisoner is just level 5.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, that was so close. Unfortunately, it doesn't even have that level 6 ulti for that. They get the tier 1 bottom end, which is really, really good for them because of the, the natural inheritance of Ophelia, the ability to push down really, really quickly. And Kraken just went back to the bottom lane. It's a good thing he wasn't there earlier on, if not he would have been ganked to shit. But yeah, Pestilence does have his boots as well, his mana battery as well.
Spray being used, Ophelia doing a lot of work against Kraken. Kraken is definitely going down today. The release of Kraken not gonna be effective, but here comes the Tempest and the rest of Reason Gaming gonna be here looking for the kill on Slither. Slither trouble, but Fuzi, man, that is a carry, and there goes the Void. That's gonna be dropping them G's there, and it seems like even the Ophelia touch is gonna be enough. Look at that, that's a good carry. You're gonna learn from this, Mother of NC. It's just really good to see, but in fact she might have just overextended too much, and in fact might go down, but the Crips is doing a lot of extra work there, and that's gonna be good enough to see. And that's it, gonna run from the Voodoo Puppet. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, it is. Fuzi is gonna be fine. And look at that again, Minotaur Headscan is just gonna slap there. Is it gonna be a pick up the kill? Yes, it is. It's a complete steamroll. Reason Gaming got our reason there.
Holy shit, that was a huge team fight coming from Lions, man. That amount of teamwork and gameplay is just top tier, man. Really, really well played by them. That was quick reactions by Fuzi to actually run all the way to the bottom, and that constant microing of the creeps, just really well played. Handskin, man, with the big plays as well as Fuzi.
Yep, that's a really great gameplay coming from Lions Esports there. Look at that, Ophelia. Ophelia can always do so much, and most players just bail out playing to Ophelia. It's like, oh shit, he got ganked, I'm just gonna ditch him. But no, this guy is not the standard Ophelia. I mean, Hanskin, great gameplay there. With the Ophelia touch first, he saved his teammate after that. Even though the Void was being, that's just complete black hole if you could just put it in Dota context. And that is just gripping and it's grim. But he saved his teammate. That's the best part about that. And he didn't send him home though, he did not.
Yeah, exactly. He just popped the what was it called, the Aphelios touch, and did enough work with over there. Archie Tiger Man died again, so well, not died again, but died for the first time, and again it's gonna put him back in a very tough spot. Only 140 gold per minute. They're gonna get tier 1 by the way top. Here comes Pestilence.
There he goes, the kill on PM. Archie Tiger is not going to be a Tiger after this one. He goes down quickly, and Valkyrie a little bit of trouble there. Jonathan wants to run away. The hook is not going to connect, and the tower gets denied, so Centrox gets that as well. That's going to be a little bit of a nice consolation for them, but here comes the extra support. I do believe Torture doesn't have enough mana, so they are going to call it quits and nicely back away for them. Top lane is nicely addressed already, so 5:1 so far. 6.7k goal lead for Team Legion is still going on the schedule. Now 9-4-5, take a little bit too much of a beating, but hold on, because Tempest doesn't have the Void here, so they can actually take a team fight if they want to. Valkyrie is going to deal a little bit extra damage on Tempest, and there goes the Kraken ultimate. That's going to nicely kill Pesty, and that being said, a nice little attempt at destroying it, but it doesn't get it done. Valkyrie Jonathan got a little bit of a body block coming from his team member. That's going to be Silkid, and now he's going to take a little bit of a unorthodox approach to try and run away, but I don't think he's going to be too successful at that, and that's it. He's just buying for time, but where's the extra backup? It's still not here. PM secures the kill, and that's not going to be good at all. And Lions, man, what the hell are they doing? They're just buying time, but where's the backup, man? Down south, tier 1 already destroying. Here comes the Slither. Fuzi's here to save the day. Is he going to be now? That's the question. I do believe that Poison Spray is going to be affecting on Prison 945. The deny going on schedule as well, and it's going to be a kill there on Tempest. Tempest takes the fall. Puppet Soul is going to be used on Slither as well, and here comes the Ophelia police. No, Ophelia not going to be here today, so there goes Slither. He just cancelled the pot. Ophelia just ditched on his teammate.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Kind of overextension a little bit, I have to say, by well, not really overextension, just really well played by Hellburn team, and it's so unfortunate that he got body blocked by his own teammate. That kind of screwed him up a lot more. Huge team fight coming from Hellburn team, but the thing is, they're still in the lead for Legion because Ophelia in the meantime was busy pushing in the bottom lane. They actually took that fight without Ophelia, only just the heal.
Yep, and Reasons Gaming, man, a lot of ringers there, and a lack of practice definitely showing right now, but at least they got most of those kills coming out there. It was actually initially 6-1, but now 6-5, so 4 kills there. Really good to see that, and that is in fact as close as a genocide can get, and that is a lot of extra respect coming for Team Hell on side. In fact, 11 minutes in already, 6.4k goal lead. The goal lead is still on because they nicely addressed the tier 2. The arrow is not going to connect. And that being said, Valkyrie will have to pull back there. Mid lane, however, gang happening quickly. Torture now a lot of trouble. Silkid is going to try to run away, but here comes the Tempest with the Void. Just nicely catching on just the Pestilence as well as the Crypta. Is not going to be big enough, but it will ultimately result in his own death, and that's not going to be good for the Tempest. Tempest is just, like a little bit sad, Papa Mill there is just completely griefing right now.
Yeah, I mean, Papa Male just can't do anything because of that. I mean, Elemental Void, but for what reason? Why would you want to use it like that when you have no extra follow-up? And Saint Rock's actually just forced to go all full aggressive mode against Torture because he only linked it onto him with that Prison Break ulti. So really well played there coming from Lions. They secured that. I mean, a lot of work is just being done by Ophelia and Fuzi in this game, I feel. And Pestilence, he's going to reach that point where he's going to finally be able to pick up Portal Key, and it's going to be even much more harder for Hellburn team to fight against because he has what 1.5k gold in the bank, and he's going to reach that Portal Key very soon.
And this is starting to become a little bit of a familiar sight so far. 8-6, 10k goalie for Legion team. They are on a steamroll, and look at that Lions spots. Nicely addressing the Ancients, and it's triple stacked really nicely done, and now we have Ophelia coming to carry this team.
Ophelia carry? Nah. I mean, they're just gonna take out the stacks very simply, and Pestilence is gonna be able to pick up on some farm himself. Like, he's at 1.7k gold already, so it's very close to picking up that Portal Key.
Yep, and reading a chat, it is actually kind of sad to see the reason Gaming wasn't here. It's not here with the full roster, which is why they actually nickname as Ringers, and that's not gonna be good for them. And that's it. A little bit of secret strats being saved for Dreamhack. Not able to win instead is completely misfortune on all our part here. But still, this game is still well on the way, and Lions spots are still the hot favorite to win this entire tournament, I feel.
Yeah, Valkyrie at the top lane, he's going to be picking up on a Firebrand, I do believe. He already has the Energizer complete on top of Steam Boots. Just wants to get the much more ability and help start ganking around the map. Book still only sitting on the same items. He's going to go try to deal damage to this tier 1, but here comes Slither. And in the vicinity, there is that Ophelia as well.
Yep, so Fake Pesty doing a little bit extra distraction there. He should be okay. The real dude definitely far behind, and that's it. Slither trying to kill Kraken by cracking pots away. That's gonna be really good. In fact, the Homecoming Stone is one of the most effective things against a Slither. That's it. The hook is not gonna connect. That's sad to see. But the one shot will connect on Torture. Torture is taking a little bit of a beating, but he's gonna be fine. And he lands the chain reaction, and with the Impalement picks up the kill on Znui. What a turnaround it is! And mid lane looking for extra kill potential now. Hunting down the PMR way. Prime is still out of trouble. Where is the Bodyguards? Bodyguards not going to be in his vicinity. Here comes the Tempest. He's just so close, but Tempest has got a Void of on cooldown, which is why he cannot really put forth a big void to just hold them in place. There goes Lyric stun, and trusty Lyric always good to rely on. And a 1.7 second stun there coming up from the Valkyrie onto the Kraken, but Kraken not his initial target at all. Double damage on Prisoner 945. Saint Trox looking to make something happen. And Legion team is actually gonna just nicely back away.
Yeah, good job by them to actually back out. They were already pretty much overextending by chasing down the Kraken and all the way down to the base and all this. I mean, not Kraken, sorry, Puppet Master. They're really out for blood, but of course, just being clients that they are, they're very smart about their decisions. They back off, and it's a good decision by them because they would have ultimately died because they were chasing the heroes uphill. So.
Yep, and that's it. 40 minutes up already. 9-6, 11k goal lead for Team Legion. They are also still in the lead, and already with Pestilence is a portal key. And that's gonna help in terms of just nicely jumping in and putting forth a lot of great engagements against Team Hellborn. Hellborn team on the flip side, really empty inventories. That's all I can see.
Yeah, really, really empty. I mean, there's 11k gold advantage for Legion lineup. They are getting so much farm. And it's only 15 minutes into this game, you know. They're just so far ahead because of all the towers that they pushed. It's just coming up from digression from this Ophelia, just doing a lot of work actually, generally for his team.
Yup, and that's really good stuff. That's a 11k gold. It's still staring in the faces of Reason Gaming, and Reason Gaming needs to come back to this game, but can they do that? That's the question though. And looking at that still, it's a 11k gold lead, and top lane gonna be pushed out here, and that's gonna further escalate the problem for Reason Gaming. They are still very far behind, and they themselves nicely at least address the bottom lane tower tier 1. So it's gonna be nicely seen that both sides will still have maintained that same amount of gold lead for Team Legion.
Yep, and look at Ophelia. He's probably trying to look for a kill. Prisoner 945, I think he did spot that out, so he's not gonna be able to. He's just gonna avoid that kind of action. There are 2 heroes, so actually 3 heroes in the vicinity of this Legion jungle. Both Tempest and Kraken are looking towards trying to push down this defense tower, and I don't know about this, but Ophelia. Yep, here comes the smoke gank.
Yep, here comes the gang on from Ophelia on to Kraken. Kraken, a lot of trouble. Book there, a lot of trouble. It seems like he is going to have to take the fall alone, and he goes back to C. And that's it. Now, MOA tries to run away, but with a Pestilence blind. Super KG looking for the kill. Super KG just got him nicely boxed in here. But the chain reaction, though, and a 5-second arrow. Don't forget that, and don't discount the Valkyrie's distance. Pretty good stuff coming out from the Valkyrie being played by Jonathan. Jonathan is still in a hot seat right now, running to be the best carry in this tournament, to carry his team all the way to the champion seat. That's it. 11-6, 12k gold for Team Legion. It's nicely snowballing, and Hellborn team and Reasons Gaming, they are still very far back in terms of level, experience, and everything in general. They don't have much items at all to complete. Only Prisoner has got a portal key. That's at least something to note of.
Yeah, and they're gonna attempt this Congo right now. Nothing much that Hellborn can do. Like, even if they want to try to contest this, they have to make sure that the wombo combo hits, and it's kind of hard to do that seeing as to how they don't have enough items. There's a lot of things that can cancel Tempest out from Elemental Void because he doesn't have a Shrunken Head just yet.
If that's the case, and here comes the real in from Prisoner 945. Doesn't get it done though. He's gonna be okay. And hiding behind the trees there. Kongor is gonna get tempted. Kongor is definitely looking to go down soon, and he gets addressed. That's it. We also have Torturer here, and in fact the arrow just nicely missing on Prisoner 945. Prisoner taking too much of a beating. He actually takes the fall, and Lionsman looking to just win this game right here, right now. MOA, a lot of trouble. Znui goes down, and that's gonna be a double tap for Silkid. Silkid playing as just a Torturer. Actually got double tap, so that's really good stuff coming out from even the support player there from Team Legion side. And now tier 3 gonna be addressed. Can Reason Gaming put up a little bit of a last fight here to try and defend this tower? That's the question. I think they are in a good spot. There's also the Element of Void off cooldown. They can use that. Kraken Ultimate is also off cooldown. They can also use that one there. And Puppet is still around as well. So in general, all 3 members still alive, waiting for a little bit more extra resurrection to happen here. And 3 seconds later, it's gonna be the Prisoner 945 that will come back. So it's all 5 members already there. But actually, Tempest is not there. Tempest is at the top lane pushing by himself, so a little bit of that extra destroy happening on Tempest. Tempest should actually just pop back to town right now.
Well, the thing is that his team is probably just telling him, just get whatever you can.
Smoke gang.
Done.
Smoke gang, this is not gonna be good, but no member's gonna be in this vicinity right now. Puppet Master gonna be shown here, and here comes the slow, and the stun is gonna connect, but that hook is gonna reel in all of them, and that's not gonna be good at all. PM takes the fall, here comes the Tempest. Tempest wants the void, but that's fine, he just did, and it's gonna just use it right there, and that's gonna be really effective against Fuzi as well as I do believe Super KG, so both Pesty there as well as the Slither will take the fall. But Slither has got a token, so he's gonna come back alive, and he's gonna try and pick up the kill on Prisoner 945. But Prisoner 945 just nicely made it back to Fountain, so he's gonna be okay. And look at the mid lane though, that extra Catman champion Hanskin there, just knocking out the Millibrax, and Tempest still alive somehow, and look for the kill. He does get extra tanky amount of items just so that he can at least survive a little bit longer, but he still goes down, and that's not gonna be good. And Rilin actually landing on the Ophelia, so Ophelia got hooked really badly all the way in by Prisoner 945. And talking about that, Rangeback's now gonna go down as well. And HoN team is just very far behind. Can they actually still stay in this game?
Probably not. I mean, the gold and EXP advantage is way out of control, and it's already 90 minutes in. They get a set of racks at the base towers. It's very difficult for HoN team to come back from this because it's just an insane amount of work that Legion team has done.
Yeah, but it's really insane, and I hope that this game is going to be really good coming from both teams, but it seems like Reason Gaming is not able to just put forth a pretty good contest against Lions Esports. Lions Esports is just really good in this kind of situation. They know what the hell they're doing. Super KG might be a little bit under level, but I would tell you that Slater at least is level 14, and that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, so the level 14 is insane right now. Like, as soon as you reach level 16, it's gonna do a lot more work with that poison burst because it's the magical damage is gonna be dotting the enemy team very fast, and I'm sure he's probably gonna pick up even like a staff masters later, so that non-lethal damage is gonna be lethal.
Yep, I definitely want to see how that's gonna be. And yep, so far, I mean, Lions Esports gonna win this one. What does the viewers think about that? Okay, so they have nothing to say. And Predator is going to be challenged here, and in fact, even the Slater going to be this facility. Slater is just absolutely over level 14, and that Geometry has been completed as well, and that's just very effective. In fact, Slater is one of the more early game kind of a carry, and it's very effective in terms of the slow 50% movement speed slow on the poison spray. Like I mentioned before, that is just going to make you crawl like an ant.
Yeah, it really is. Like, that slow is just so good, and here comes Torture, by the way. He has a bound eye up already, so he's gonna easily be able to counter any wards coming up from HoN team. The push book is completed by Ophelia. I think he had this for a while, but here we go.
Yep, MOA is actually going to go down before he completed Sentence there, so nothing much we can really say about that one as well. Now Tempest in a little bit of a tight spot. He can poof off the void in just 50 seconds, but that's too long for him. In fact, I'm not so sure if the game's going to last for 50 seconds. And now Legion team is going to try and push on the bottom lane. I do believe that Jumina's bane is going to be used, an Illusion Abusion. It's going to happen again. And here comes the relay in onto just the Illusion. It's pretty good to see that they are a little bit tanky, so they are going to be fine that state. One goes down, but one still stands, and tier 3 going to be addressed. Impalement just dealing a lot of extra work here, and down goes the defense tower. It's going to go down quickly as well. Millibarracks going to be challenged. Millibarracks now also within deniable range as well, but no, Legion team is going to knock on it completely. Range barracks also going down. And HoN team, where is the backup? And they are not here just yet. And MOA, a lot of trouble. Nui goes down. That's going to be really bad for team HoN and all, and they don't have much members left that can take a team fight here. Tampa's gonna respawn, 7 seconds till the void, so yes, they are gonna call it GG well played. 50 seconds mark gonna be up real soon, but they are done here. They are pretty much proud to say that it's no shame to lose. You can see now. Wow, what the hell. Okay, so that's a little bit of extra BN coming up from Centrox there, but it's still gonna be okay. So there goes the void, and void nicely locking on most members from Lions Esports Club, but it's not gonna be effective. And that being said, Lions Esports just completely decimating the entire HoN team, and it's gonna be a clean victory here for Team Lions Esports Club at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no way that the Ringers, or aka Reason Gaming, could actually come back from that because Lions Esports just completely steamrolled that game. They won all their lanes. They won a lot of gold advantage in the early start of the game. Was able to translate to early pushes. They quickly pushed into the base, and that helped out a lot for them.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That will summarize our coverage here today. Not full coverage, of course. We're just going to go for a short break. We'll be back with a little bit more extra action in just a few moments. This is Babael joining me today's Luck. Any last minute shot before we go for a short break?
No, not really.
Alright, so there we go. Gonna show you guys the schedule. If we are on schedule, we will actually start the next cast in just about an hour's time. Going for maybe a little bit extra food right now because we are all just so hungry. And nicely lineup here is gonna be both time zones. It's gonna be CET time, which is the Swedish time right now, and the game is gonna start about 5:30 sharp. Whereas for GMT +8, it should start about 12:30 midnight, and that's gonna be tomorrow already. And right now it's 11:30 right here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. We'll be back with a little bit more action real soon. And do stay tuned to us. We'll be back with more games, and the next game going to be between TMSR as well as Reason Gaming. And like you guys nicely enlightened me, REA is not the real team, and that's really bad to see. And I hope that whatever it is, the Ringers will be able to do a little bit of a good job going in forward. They did at least win Law, man. Law got broken by REA, so that's good stuff. That's it. Babael here, gonna sign off for a short while. We'll be back with a little bit more action soon. Hope you guys stay tuned, and see you guys.